and welcome everyone to our Power Thinking, Rejuvenating Your Amazing for Wednesday, October 1, 2025. This is our 7:30 a.m. Eastern edition. I'm your moderator, Stanley Green. Before I move into quick Q&A, I want to acknowledge Danielle Spinalls and Carla Hill and Margaret Gold and Carolyn Dove, George Clark. I'll just mention a few names, and I'll mention other. Ekman Pekowalski, Gail Berger, Leslie Flowers. Appreciate each and every one of you for being with us. We're moving into a mode. And of course, this is our opportunity every week to help you build these essential skills that will help you to move through and to become more resilient. I want to thank you for those of you who are with us. PowerThinking Corp app, we picked up a number of over the past week, some with that $10 incentive. Make sure you take advantage of that and refer. My first sponsorship, Leslie Flowers' show on Mondays, Mind Over Matters on LinkedIn, 10 a.m. and appearing on that program this upcoming Monday, 10 a.m. and excited about that. Through that sponsorship, because Leslie promotes thinking. We had a new member as a friend that was referred, and shows that she will get a 25%. Carla Hill has been doing that for quite some time on the new app, and over the years, and Power Thinking just cut a check under the old arrangement where every 6 months to a year, and I got that payout, but now it'll be once a month, direct deposited automatically through the Power. Take advantage of that $10 at the Amazon e-gift card. Whatever you order, it'll be $10 cheaper. Thanks to Power Thinking, and thanks for you jumping in. So again, really appreciate you all for that. We, as Leslie Flowers, is on LinkedIn as well as the phone line, friends. And feel free, if you're on the phone, jump on LinkedIn under Stanley Green, and where you're joining us from, we'll put your comment up on the screen. So again, we appreciate the fact that again, our goal, as usual, is to help you build these skills, these essential skills that I can say it's key to help you to respond more favorably to adversities with less stress, more positivity, and that's what this is all about. But today we want to focus, as we talk about retraining your brain, on something that is actually helping people to retrain their and rewire their brain, and in some ways good, but in other ways not so good, especially with our younger generations. So the question is social media helping us? Both. Tell us. Love to get your thoughts. Hit that *6 and Flowers and Carla Hill up. Want to get your thoughts about it. Are you using social media? What did you think about the video? We had a young hours a day, 9 social media. What are the benefits? And what are the negatives, the things that we certainly want to look at? On LinkedIn, you go to Stanley Green, with Stanley Green with an E on the end, search my posts. I posted a few days ago. It's about 21 hours left. We have 58 votes so far. The question is, how many hours per day are you spending on social media? How many hours per day are you spending on social media? You may want to add, how many hours per day, if you have teenage children, are they spending on social media? And how about the really young? Do you find them spending time on social media? So there's plenty of data so far suggesting that there is in our mental health. And Power Thinking is all about giving you the ability to bounce your Power Thinking Corp app, and you're bombarded with all these other messages. Hey, come back and check. See how many likes commented on your comment. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? And here's a poll question you may want to answer. Feel free to hit that *6 for that as well. How many hours per day? Number one, is it over 5 hours per day? Number two, is it 3 to 5 hours per day? And three, less than 3 hours per day. So love to get your thoughts about that. We're going to move right to our phone lines. Hit that *6. By the way, what are your thoughts about social media? Let's go to Leslie Flowers first. Leslie, thanks for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about whether social media is helping us or hurting us. And congratulations on getting your first Power Thinking. We thank you for promoting us and being having us as a sponsor on your program. Welcome.
The video this morning, and of course, with Power Thinking and the work that I do, it's pretty clear that what we're thinking has a lot to do with programming addiction. Now, video was more about the brain and more about how we're affecting our brain as we do new things and we develop new muscles, such as focus, which was really brought up that this addiction to social media is to alcohol, drugs. So you get to the point where you can no longer control it, and it takes time. You have to want to make those kids, they're in with it. Plus, this got me during COVID when we were stuck at home. What I've learned over the years is in order to be successful and to set and achieve goals, focus and concentrate. And what's happened, from what I heard as far as our brain goes, and what I know about, what we're thinking, how when we think something repetitively, the way it makes us is why we'll go to it. So there's something about this doing and this brain rot. And the other thing is that visually we are processing a sensory overload. Of the good news is that there is a way to get your focus back. And it's very simple, and I'll be glad to share it. But this is a process that you have to promise to do once a day. But it's so easy and beautiful you can do it. You see, paying attention or thinking about this addiction, and we have to make ourselves aware. So once you acknowledge, right, and remember, this is a real addiction, and it will stop us from focusing on the one thing we really want. It's a distraction, as Sammy, as you said. So for years, you go to a restaurant and you see family and everybody's looking at their phone. That with the wild world we live in today, no need to go into that. So yes, it's a real thing. Yes, it stops you from achieving your goals because you can't focus. Is they out? They're absolutely in the comments. Thank you, Stanley,
Great.
for all of the work you're doing.
Well, thank you, and thanks for the work that you're doing as well. What do you think about the Power Thinking, Leslie? You're relatively new to it.
Well, I think that the owner of it, you, asked because I had a little problem, and you got on it right away. Now that's kind of unusual. So did it very minimally. I was a member by phone. I like the phone. I like too doing this with you. so I don't have to put on makeup, and you don't have to deal with production, right? With having people, but you have someone special. I like it because while I use it only you, and this is another thing about staying on one platform and not spreading yourself thin a little bit here. I do under 2 hours a day, and don't go to other platforms because I value my time and I want to do what I want to do, and I can do it in under 2 days. But I have to say, okay, so I spend a couple hours in the morning and then pick up things during the day.
Got it.
But you'll notice don't go off platform because everything is here on LinkedIn. The best. I'm sure there are others. I know there's Substack and there's a lot of Insight Timers, other places. But I love the community here. The thought leadership. The level of awareness LinkedIn is higher than Instagram or Facebook, which is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Great.
Without meaning to. So
great.
I love it.
Good.
The app, the 30 days, things you can do is aggravate Stanley. Like I found something that didn't work. We evaluate, it was just one little tiny thing, but have evaluate this for you, Stanley. It's going to refine the ease of use, and that is what I'm looking for. I use it for notifications, mostly for notifications, and I would like you to move menu higher to the top. It's way down at the and since it's something I use the most, you would please consider that, and thank you.
We'll consider it. Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate you. Let's go next to anyone else. Hit that *6. How about that poll? How many hours are you spending? Now, Leslie focuses on one social media platform, and I tell you, can consume you for hours. I use LinkedIn. I get so many messages, and I do a poll. I'm going to get something. It just says, "Hey, you have somebody respond to your poll. I want to see how many likes I had on a post." It is amazing how addictive it can be. That's just one platform. Think about the platforms, but not just using. They're actually being used by those multiple platforms. What do you think about all of that? We'll have Carla Hill, and then you hit that *6. Would love to hear from you. Carla Hill, thank you for joining us. Mention with social media. Is it helping us or is it hurting us? Welcome.
Oh, and yeah, this is Carla Hill in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think social media as a tool, I don't think it's inherently bad or good. Awareness skills you teach us in is the ABCs, right? The activating event, my belief, and the consequences. I completely agree with Leslie in that an addiction, but just like food could be an addiction, sex could be an addiction, for money habits, it's just all neutral. It's not intrinsically bad or good. So it's just what are the boundaries, the appropriate boundaries we're going to put around it. And I would say, I use my phone social media on the phone. I would say less than 3 on average.
Okay.
And it's really a decision: are you going to? Then I use Facebook. I use Instagram and Facebook together. If you post something into Instagram because they are owned by the same based on Meta. So it's really making a decision of whether you want to be the consumer, do you want to be the content creator, or do you want to be consumed? Because either way, you're going to be at the table. So, but I think it could be a tool for good, right? I saw you on Facebook or something. That I may not call, but there's that awareness, and you feel that you, like, I remember, but it's very too late. Because I remember I would do it just before. I'm like, oh no, I'm losing. I can't. Just like news, I don't listen. I need to know what's going on, but I can't. It's traumatic just to hear or too much food or too whatever. It's just so I don't. Those are my thoughts. We can manage it, and then be held. I like the measurement of time because you can tell as much.
Yeah.
And then, like to Leslie's point, we need to get help. But we all have weaknesses, right? So,
Yeah.
but just be aware if that's a potential weakness for you. So thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you, and thank you for your consistency and bring people on board. We just paid out that you brought on at the other rate, and then you brought folks on the PowerThinking Corp app as well. So again, appreciate you and your consistency, and also for referring people like our next person who we will go to, and that is Sharon Smalls, who brought in by Carla Hill. Sharon, thank you for joining us. Where you're joining us from, and your thoughts about social media. Is it helping us or is it hurting us? Welcome.
My name is Sharon Smalls. I live in a small community right outside of Rockford, PA. I agree with those ladies that went before us, please. I have gone deep rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. That's surprising.
I am addicted.
Huh.
I am addicted, and and it's more than 5 hours.
Wow.
Found myself needing to do other things. I've become unfocused. That last Friday, I sat media from sundown to sundown. I'm like, you cannot watch anything. And I falsely told myself, because every day I post a scripture with music, and I make a little comment on it, and that's what all I was doing. I will sit in the toilet for hours looking at them. I was like, oh my God. But yesterday, technique is called a Pomodoro technique, which I'm going to implement today, because social media, post something and you do thing that you develop a community.
Yeah.
Of people. You send something to them, they send something to you. It may be political about it. You may even post something that's amusing. And my daughter, who is not addicted, is like, sending me things, Mom, She's like, oh my God, she told me yesterday, she had to go all the way back looking at my, because she does not do social media. I need to come out of this. This is horrible. It can be good. It can, but if you go down that rabbit hole, I was saying, I wasn't doing anything about it, and it is addictive. You don't. I was on Facebook, which I don't really care that much about. Instagram, as you say, is connected, and YouTube. And then they all the way to the end. I'm like, oh my God. Don't you stop talking so I can get off of this.
Wow.
But I'm like, no, it's not them. The problem is you, Sharon.
Right. Yeah.
You need to get up. This is not productive. And you need to be doing time for social media. And when I looked at it, I wanted to get on opportunity. But I was looking at what you were saying. And I was like, oh my God. And, I've shared before that I have an affinity for the Lord. I was like, you said this, and I was looking at the video. I'm like, yeah, it is killing your brain, Sharon. I became
Right.
and I have too many roles, doing too many things to be on social media. I'm wasting time. So today, in the time that you spend 25 minutes, you spend 5 minutes, you can spend 25 minutes focused on something, whatever you want to do, journal, and you spend 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes has to be productive as well. Also, you can't get on social media. You can't look at something like exercise, do something to help you go for a walk, and you keep doing time, and you'll find that you will spend more. I can't believe I became unfocused. I don't have time to be unfocused.
Right. But thanks for sharing that.
I was ill.
Yeah.
Is ill, but I like Carla. Well, I do agree that it can be positive, but you have to have control.
Yeah.
And anything.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Fantastic.
I can't believe it. I'm registered nurse addicted to social media. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's interesting. And thank you for sharing that, Sharon. I really appreciate it. We're going to have Doug coming up next, and it can be in. So we average amount of time spent on social media for baby boomers up to 2 hours, and it sounds like you're way more. And for the Generation Z, let's just go to Generation Z, ages 13 to 28, up to 5 hours. And it sounds like Sharon exceeds that. And for Alpha, these are ages 1 to 15, about 5 hours or so. 5 hours. So how about Doug Sidoti next? But before we do, I want to acknowledge some folks on LinkedIn who joined us. Sherry Aquari, Nairobi, Kenya. We have Olu from Korea. We have Nicole. Thank you for Nicole, and we're flashing their comments up. Toronto, Canada. We thank you for being with us. Tracy Chayo. Tracy's here in the U.S., but has been to China and Tokyo and resting a little bit before she goes on her international tour and does a one called The Voice of Business here on that program. So we appreciate you all for joining us. I hope we have Nicole also who LinkedIn, and Nicole, thank you for what you do. And if you can help you, Lisa Fevic, who has joined us. Lisa, appreciate you. Doctor, thank you for joining us as well. We really appreciate it. Let's go to Doug Sidoti next. Doug, thank you. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about social media. Welcome.
Family, like social media. It does have positives, but it's also unregulated. It's not kids. I see it with my daughter and her feed change after she's been on it and off of it. Search a week ago on software on how I can block certain sites, how I can sites off at certain times during the day. It's not good for. I think it's doing more harm than now. It has to be regulated like the movies were regulated with PG and R.
Yeah.
And it's not just in America. It's everywhere. It's coming from everywhere. I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg and other people are thinking.
Yeah.
But if all they care about is money, and they, coach some kid to kill herself. So, it's out of control.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
That's my opinion.
Thank you very much for sharing that. I mean, Doug, thank you for being a longtime PowerThinking Plus member. I know there was night from work. and calling us. So appreciate you. But yes, just like everything else, we must do it in moderation. It was a positive that happened yesterday, and it was a post from a teammate from high school who had been playing basketball well into national tournaments, very fit. And there's a picture of him in the ICU. What's going on? And he had a stent put in. And so we found out later that he was playing basketball and was immediately taken to the hospital with that, and going to give him a pacemaker. And so he's pretty much done with playing. So you just never know. And I found that had it not been for a Facebook post. But on the other hand, when you watch grandchildren, they just spend so much time. These platforms have a way of drawing you in. So you have to be, very selective. Try to minimize the amount of time you spend. Spend more time, working on your power thinking skills, on your inner strengths, and your skills, and reinforcing that. They're all in the notifications on the PowerThinking Corp app. And so pick a platform. Her platform of choice is LinkedIn, and she tries to limit the amount of time. My platform of choice is LinkedIn. It's professional limit of the amount of time I spend. And unfortunately, I can't answer everyone's message. I have so many messages, and you can just spend hours communicating with folks and posts, and that is by design. And remember, each of the platforms, their goal is to get you and to keep you. And web content, if you're watching, is of interest, and then here's something else that may be controversial or provocative, and you wonder what's going on. And here's another video. So do your best to limit the amount of time that you spend. Pick a platform that you will spend more of your time, and make sure that time is not more than 2 to 3 hours per day. So I want to thank you all for joining us on this Wednesday, October 1st. We have our special, if you're watching, you want to go back to the video, you'll see the QR code, or click the link under profile picture on LinkedIn. Sign up to become the 30-day free trial will get you a $10 Amazon e-card. You're going to put your card information in, but be charged for 30. Cancel anytime. We'd love to have you as part of that. And give us feedback as we continue to find phase 2 of beta. Like Leslie shared, others where things come up, some apps where email you're back, a day or two later, and you can only communicate via chat or via text. We're going to get on the phone. We'll get things squared away, because we know that we can help you to improve your during those tough times. So start on our phone lines and wish everyone a great day. Remember, since time thinking, think with power and utilize power thinking. So folks I have not acknowledged, thank you very much for being with us. George Clark, Layla Llewellyn, Timothy Butts, see you. And have a great one, everybody. And we'll talk to you tonight. All right, take care. Bye-bye. And we got to find our controls so we can take care, everybody. Doug, see you. Bye. And that is that we ended our on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you for joining us as well. Thank you, Ashif and Sherry and Nicole and Dr. Marcia and Lisa. Appreciate you being with us. Did I miss anybody? For Tracy and Ashif, Leslie, Olu. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for being with us and engaging in this conversation. We look forward to seeing you again 9